Hey guys, it's Amy. Something came to my attention. I wasn't going to do this video, but I was talking to a lot of people. And something really came to my attention that really blew my mind. As you guys know about the Nicole Arbour thing, her video was removed temporarily and then put back up by YouTube. A lot of people know that. That's not news. What was news to me is that there was a video going around about a response. The response was made by Shawn. If you guys want to look at his video, I will put a description in the link. Do it. It is hilariously funny, and it is perfect in every way. But there's been a big issue. His video was removed by YouTube, was flagged and then removed by YouTube. His video was never put back up. He had to re-upload and re-edit that video. Let me do this again. Nicole Arbour, said comedian, repeatedly said comedian, it really isn't funny. I've watched several of her videos. Most of it just sounds like ranting. Made a video, practically all of it a ginormous hate speech on fat people. And as much as she hates the word fat shaming, it was a video of constant fat shaming. I'm going to say fat shaming even though she hates it because I hate her, so yeah, that's fine. This person who responded, his video was well thought out, hilariously funny to watch his responses, and pretty amazing. The video in itself is great. I unfortunately, since the original was removed, I did not get the chance to see it, but apparently it had such a following that on YouTube, it went around. People found his video, uploaded it, managed it into their own videos because it was so great. That's how great it was. In fact, someone re-uploaded it and titled it the best Nicole Arbour response video. And in my opinion, it was the best Nicole Arbour response video. It's one of my favorites. Also, guys, if you type this guy, he sometimes he types you back. He typed me back. That's respect for your members. If you guys go on to the Nicole video, which I really highly recommend, it's just one more view, and she doesn't need it. Unless you have it, you can hit the dislike button, which is what I'm about to mention. The dislike button has over 200,000 dislikes and 40,000 likes. No, guys, I'm not a math genius, but even I know that number is supremely bigger than the other. You want to know why, though? Because people hate her. What she did was wrong, and the way that she responds to it is very wrong. In fact, her next video after that upload, I don't think she uploaded any more after this, was literally something justifying the fact that she made that video. How so, Amy? Well, she told people that it was a joke and that everyone who fought against it was trying to kill comedy. There are jokes that go too far. Would you joke about 9/11? No. Would you joke about AIDS that takes people's life? No. Would you joke about cancer? No. Would you joke about any disease? No. What is obesity? It was declared by the government that obesity is a disease. You do not make fun of diseases. Now, the reason that people like Nicole Arbour think it's absolutely okay to justifiably make fun of fat people into shaming them into losing weight is because they honestly believe that fat people deserve the hate because they do this to themselves. Now, let me just make something very fucking clear. There are a line of things that cause people to overeat, or that causes obesity in itself. I'm about to name those things, so listen fucking closely. 1. genetics. People don't believe that genetics do play a role. It's scientifically proven that genetics play a role. There are kids who are obese because of their genetics. I was one of those kids. I didn't eat a lot when I was a kid. I ate a normal amount of food when I was a kid. I blew up like a fucking balloon. I wish I had pictures of when I was a kid, because people would be able to see that there was something wrong with me. I was very tiny in size, in height, and very big. Next, this one's a no-brainer. Health disease. There are specific health problems that cause you to gain weight. One of them being mostly in women, because it has something to do with their reproductive organ. That's right. There are women that suffer, and I don't remember the actual scientific name for it, but there are women who cannot lose weight no matter how little they eat, how hard they try, how hard they exercise, because there is something wrong with their reproductive organ. There's a couple of women that I know who had the same surgery that I have, who needed to get it because they couldn't lose the weight on their own. That's right. That happens. 3. This one's my fucking favorite. Eating disorders. Now, when people think eating disorders, they automatically think right off the bat, Amy, eating disorders means that you don't eat a lot. No. Eating disorders mean that there is an issue with your eating that does include binging. What is binging? It's when you eat an amount until you feel sick. Some people purge, some people don't. The point is, it's a mental issue. It's a mental issue. Fuck you for anyone who doesn't believe that fat people might actually have an eating disorder. It happens. People do have issues with eating into the point where they binge without the purge. Why don't they purge? They like the feeling of being filled up. That might be a psychological issue, struggling with loneliness. That point where people didn't get enough love in their lives that they have to fill that kind of void with something. Others might actually have some sexual abuse history, the point of filling up and purging. Do you guys get it? Okay. The next one is really simple, and it falls along the line of an eating disorder. It's called an addiction to food. Overeating Anonymous, if you will. Overeaters Anonymous is for people who struggle with their weight because they can't put down the fork. Now let me tell you. When you go into any kind of meeting for over anything, alcoholics, narcotics, sex, there is something emotionally wrong with them. They don't pick it up because they can't stop, because they just don't have the capacity to stop. It's because there's a mental block going on. Now people, I don't know if it's because of what the media says or because they just look at fat people and think lazy, believe that fat people get to this point because they just really like the taste of food and they don't do exercise. No. There is a reason that people don't put down the fork, if you will. And it's a very emotional reason. So maybe the next time that you look at a fat person and think they're got this size because they're lazy, sit the fuck down. You have no idea what they go through. You have no idea what's in their head. You have no idea what the struggles are that they go to. If you do, then good for you. Here's a little, there we go. Yeah. Good for you. If you don't, well that really, I should just punch you in the face. There we go. That was a lot longer than I thought. The point of this video is just to show you how fucked up our world is. How bad people's judgments are. And YouTube, sorry dude, sorry whoever runs the YouTube world, is a huge, crucial follower of social media. Why? He removed a video that was absolutely perfectly right in every way about a thin person who's never struggled with her weight. Never, ever, ever struggled with her weight. Putting down fat people. Telling fat people not to eat. Welcoming eating disorders, if you will. This man that sat there and did this video was hilariously funny, commenting that she did a lot of line movement, because half the time she was like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's a line, yes, and he mentions that it's a line. Another part of that video, and I'm naming a couple of them, so that people understand the difference between these videos. Another point in that video was him commenting about how she kept talking about the show, the zombie show. In the very beginning of her video, she talks about The Walking Dead and how it's about zombies. And he was like, that's what the fucking show is about. That's exactly what the show is about. You guys gotta look at this video, because I'm not gonna give it all away. It's hilariously funny and very truthful. And unfortunately, there are people who still think he's wrong. Probably because they have never had a weight issue. The majority that believe that Nicole Arbour was right because she was joking. There are jokes that you just don't make. Let me repeat this again. There are jokes that you don't make. There are specific jokes about diseases that you don't make. And as much as you guys look at fat people and might be disgusted with them, that's a disease. And the more that you make fun of their disease, the harder it gets for them to be cured. Because they stop the will to fight. Yeah, that's exactly what shaming does, if you guys didn't know. It makes people rebel against others. What happens? Somebody told me not to eat. What did I want to do? I wanted to eat. That's emotional eating. Because of you. Good job. Great job. You did the exact opposite of what you wanted to do. Make somebody stop eating. When I decided to have the surgery, no, people don't know this, but my mother had her surgery. She had the RNY when I was 14, 15. And at that point, my mom became someone that I didn't like. Not because she became thinner. No. But the person that she became, always constantly reminding me that surgery was the only way. And this was before I went to OA. That surgery was the only way. That I eat too fast, or that I eat too slow. Eat too fast, or that I eat too much. And then she became an alcoholic, and then she got recovery, and then we both went into OA. And then she became a different person. And then I became a different person. I worked hard in OA, and then something happened, and I dropped out. And that's when I decided to get the surgery. Do you see that progression? My mom bothered me about my weight. I did nothing about it. When I was left alone about my weight, I chose to do something about it. It has to be me. It has to be you. You don't make that decision. You don't make that decision for other people. They make that decision for themselves. The moment somebody left me alone about my weight, and I started to look at my weight as something I didn't like, that's when I made a difference. Wow. Okay? Do you guys, this is like literally, I'm showing you the difference between shaming someone and leaving that person alone to make their own decisions. They make better decisions when it's not constantly barked into their face that they should do something. When you're told to do something you don't want to do, you rebel. Don't tell people to lose the fucking weight. They will do it when they want to do it, when they're ready. I'm a huge part of that. I have a friend who lost tons and tons of weight. Nobody ever bothered him about his weight. That was his decision. You want to know what? He found the right girl. A right girl who probably wouldn't mind if he gained all that weight back. You want to know why? Because she loved him. Because he was being himself. Because he finally felt free to be who he was. He was a good person. You become the better you when you're allowed to be the you that you are. Unless you're Hitler. No. Which I'm really glad he was kind of overthrown. But, and kind of killed himself. Suicide isn't funny. And it will never be, not even if he did it. I'd prefer he did all his jail time. That would have been great. Ooh, what's on my hair? Oh, gosh. I got it. We're good. So, my point is, when people make those choices themselves, they will lose weight. They will do whatever it takes to lose weight because they are doing it for them and not for other people's approval. YouTube, this is for you. Get your head out of your asses. Remove that video and don't let it come back up. Are you crazy? People are going to kill themselves over this. People are going to commit suicide. People are going to get eating disorders. Take it the fuck down. Now. Are you kidding me? Have a good day, guys. Love you.